The third religion, founded on the teaching of Jesus Christ, very soon became, in its primordial form, so widely spread that almost one-third of all the three-centered beings of this planet were its followers. But thereafter they began gradually to strip also this religious teaching based on resplendent love, and transformed it into something also resplendent, but already, as our dear Mullah Nasser Eddin says, into a resplendent Terra Sakabura from the fairy tale Kasuaji. In the case of this great religious teaching, indeed, it also happened among them that its followers divided themselves on account of exterior details of small importance into various sects, and came to be called not just Christians, as all the first followers of this teaching called themselves, but Orthodox, Severodox, Ypsilodox, Hamilodox, and various other cognomens also ending in dox. And into this teaching of truth and verity, they began also to mix, for various egoistic and political reasons, fragments taken from other religious teachings already existing there, but fragments such as had not only nothing in common with the teaching of Jesus, but which sometimes even flatly contradicted the truths this divine teacher taught. They mixed in it a great deal from the teaching of Saint Moses, which by that time had already been thoroughly distorted, and much later, namely during the period which contemporary beings there called the Middle Ages, the so-called elders of the Church, inserted into this Christian religion nearly the whole of that fantastic doctrine invented by those learned beings in the city of Babylon, who belonged to the school of the dualists, about which I have already told you. The elders of the Church in the Middle Ages probably inserted this last doctrine for the convenience of their own shops and for the shops of their assistants, because of the famous paradise and hell contained in it. And therefore, at the present time, in the place of the teaching of the divine teacher, Jesus Christ, in which, among other things, was revealed the power of the all-lovingness and all-forgivingness of our Creator, suffering for beings, it is now already taught that our Creator mocks the souls of those who follow this teaching. Dear and kind grandfather mine, explain to me, please, what is meant by elders of the Church, asked Hussein. They call elders of the Church there those beings who become professional dignitaries of the highest rank of any religious teaching. Having merely replied thus laconically, Beelzebub continued further. By the way, I may tell you here that among a rather small group of terrestrial beings, the teaching of Jesus Christ was preserved unchanged, and, passing from generation to generation, has even reached the present time in its original form. This smallish group of terrestrial beings is designated the Brotherhood of the Essenes. The beings of this brotherhood succeeded at first in introducing the teaching of this divine teacher into their own being existence, and subsequently in transmitting it from generation to generation to later generations as a very good means for freeing themselves from the consequences of the properties of the organ Kundabuffer.